So I appreciate it has been an incredibly long time since I made my last video. I think it must have been something like a year since I last sat down and filmed something, and that is for various reasons, which I will briefly touch on in this video. For those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Maria. I am a final year medical student studying at the University of Cambridge. And I took a huge break from YouTube, mainly because I was shit scared to produce any more content. There was a whole background of me being busy and kind of overwhelmed with placement. 5th year in Cambridge is a really tough year. There's a lot of placement in quite specialist medicine. I had a really difficult time with my psychiatry placement, which affected my mental health and was escalated to the leads of the psychiatry placement. Yeah, I've never had such a bad placement before. I will probably unpack that at some point, but that's a story for another day. The exams are really hard. Don't want to sugarcoat it. There's like a lot of pathology and these long ass 3-hour papers, and one of them is free written. And they were honestly the bane of my existence. So that took a toll. But I think it was mainly, I think the big thing though was not feeling good enough to create content. I didn't feel like I was able to make any engaging things that people would care to watch. And then the longer I left it, the more stressed I felt about starting or creating anything, because it felt even more daunting. It's kind of like, you know, when you receive a text message or an email and you don't open it, and then it becomes longer and longer since you replied, and you become more stressed the more you leave it. That's how I felt. And so given everything that was going on, it felt like YouTube was always the thing that I would push back. It was always on the back burner, and even though I wanted to, it was the one thing on my to-do list for the day I just wouldn't touch. And I don't know, it just created more and more fear. So why am I back? I'm back because I want to prove to myself that I can get over my fears, no matter how irrational they are. When I started the channel, I did it because I really enjoyed it. I wanted to create videos I could look back on for myself. And I think I really, truly just wanted to help people with their applications, or with demystifying my Cambridge experience too. I think I definitely still want to do that, but I think I want to bring more awareness about things that are wrong with my course, or, you know, with the systems, because I think if there isn't transparency, and if things aren't discussed, people won't recognise the problems and things won't get better. So I think I really would like to bring those to the forefront of what I'm doing now. I have lots of exciting ideas. That being said, we will see if they come into fruition. Fingers crossed. But I had a very exciting summer where I went on my medical school elective. That was really cool. It was so scary. At times it was lonely and awkward and quite upsetting, but I learned a lot from the experience, and I think I've really grown out of it. So I would really love to share those experiences. Also, organising an elective is a complete and utter headache. So I would love to be able to share what I remember from this whole experience while it's still fresh. And I'd like to kind of discuss some of the last placements I've had explain how it all worked and kind of get a few things off my chest. But I am so open to suggestions from you guys about things that you'd like to see. So if there is anything that you would like me to cover, drop it in the comments to this video, and I will do my very best to make sure that I can make that for you, or at least get you that advice that you need. So yeah, I think I'm going to take things one step at a time, because otherwise things become really overwhelming and kind of scary. And so I will see how things go, but I'm excited for the future, and hopefully there will be a fair bit of content being generated over the next few weeks and months. It's been nice to catch up with you guys so far, and I'm already feeling like there's a weight like lifting off my chest already. But yeah, thank you so much for bearing with this very rambly, kind of raw video about how I've been feeling recently. There's been a fair bit going on, and hopefully I'll be able to go into detail about all of these things and unpack them over the next weeks and months. Well, anyway, that's all from me right now. I love you lots, guys, and I will see you hopefully in a future video soon.